All right, what's up, everybody? We are back. Trey Alessio, the Dawn of Entertainment. Brandon Ogden, the consigliere. We are on our movie Blitz for Unfiltered Cinematics. Are you entertained? We just got out of Queen and Slim. Interesting movie. I think Brandon especially has a lot of thoughts. I'm excited to hear what you think. But so as always, if you're new to the series, we give our plot breakdown, we give our hot takes, and we rank it at the end, 1 through 10. Yeah, so Brandon's the plot guy. He likes to condense it into the little plot. I think this one can be wrapped up pretty quickly, in terms of plot. Yep. So. Yeah,
our
take it away.
Two main characters are just on a first date. We find out she's a lawyer. We don't really know what he does. She's having a bad night. Her the person she's defending just got the death penalty. So she goes on a date with this guy who had been texting her for a couple weeks. They're on their way back. He's dropping her off. Cop pulls him over because he takes the phone from her. He swerves. They said he didn't have his blinker on, changing lanes. The cop,
a white cop,
asks him to get out of the car, checks the trunk, starts kind of, battering him a little bit. She gets out of the car because she's a lawyer. She asks for his badge number and all this stuff.
She tries to record it on her phone.
Yeah,
I have the right to record this.
At this point, the cop had the gun to... What's his name?
So throughout the whole movie, they say their names at the very, very end, but we're led to just believe their names are Queen and Slim. Yeah. I don't really know.
Them as them. So right. He has a gun pointed at Slim. That's when she gets out of the car, all that. And then he shoots her in the leg. Slim tackles him. They wrestle on the ground for a little bit. The gun is laying there. Slim grabs the gun and ends up shooting and killing the cop.
Right.
He wants to stay. He doesn't know what to do. He just kind of freezes. She's been shot in the leg. She says, no, we have to go.
Right.
So they get in the car, and basically they make a run for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Throughout the movie, they do make a couple stops. They stop at her uncle's house in New Orleans. He seems to be a pimp. He gives them a place to stay, some food, some cash, tells them where to go, former war buddy. They go there. They're eating dinner. This is a white couple now. He is helping them.
The wife kind of feels apprehensive.
Yeah. The SWAT team comes. They end up hiding. They escape there. One plot line, I can't remember if it was before or after this, but they make a stop because their car breaks down.
Right.
Take it to a mechanic. The mechanic it fixes their car. Everybody knows who they are.
Right.
The mechanic's son kind of entertains them, takes them for a walk. He talks about how
he believes in their movement. He just went to a protest. This part I thought was actually pretty compelling.
Yeah.
So we see them basically having sex in the car, and it's intercut with this kid, the mechanic's kid, at this protest. And they're at the line, and the cops are there, and he is not leading the charge, but he's there on the front line. And the cop throws the tear gas, and then it kind of disperses, and then somehow, the kid pulls out a gun on a black cop and shoots him.
Kills him.
So I think the paradox there is, one, a black cop shot by a black kid, but it's also the fact that, like, the Queen and Slim are kind of symbols, and it's like the kid believed that he can kill a cop just because they killed the cop.
Yeah.
So it becomes this kind of deeper parallel that, it's very racially motivated and scary because we live in a society where this is like on our minds. So
then from there, they meet up with another guy who's going to take them to a plane to fly to Cuba.
Right. This is the very end.
Very end. He drops them off at the plane. He rolls away. And as they're getting ready to get on the plane, all of the cops show up, and they end up shooting and killing Queen and Slim.
Right.
And then the very end, you just see kind of funeral. You see the movement still lives on.
You see all the other characters kind of wrapping up their arcs. We see the dude who, at the very end, was leading him to the plane, counting his bounty.
Because he turned him in.
He turned him in, yeah. So
that's the plot breakdown.
That's the plot breakdown. So now let's get into kind of our takes and the whole ordeal. I'll say it right off the bat. The message was strong. I thought the acting was very good. There wasn't a lot of conflict. Now, I don't want that to get misconstrued with action, because I don't care about action. You can have action movies just to have action, and there's zero plot, and it just sucks. This had plot. I felt like there could have been more conflict. And like I said, I don't want that to get confused with action, because it just felt like they had little moments of kind of conflict when the FBI comes. But up until that point, you're like, damn, something has to, like, because they just kept going, and you're like, something has to be an obstacle in their way. And they do have obstacles. It just felt like it kind of drug on a little bit.
For me, the message was a lot stronger than the storyline, the plot.
Right, totally agree.
Wrapped up in this, it's really a love story,
right?
With a political message.
Correct.
That's what it is. It's not a Bonnie and Clyde. It's not a on the run movie to me. It's really a love story with a political message.
That's fair.
Acting
awkward.
Acting tremendous. Plot wise, so like one of the things, and we even talked about it in the movie, they did these weird things where the characters would be looking at each other, and like it'd be like slow motion, or it'd just be a still frame,
right? And
then you would just hear the actors like voiceover.
I couldn't figure it out.
Having a conversation, but like, yeah, I don't know what that added to the actual.
So in the end,
I
I don't know if you noticed when they basically knew they were gonna get shot.
Yeah.
They said what they were saying in the voiceovers.
Yeah.
I just couldn't figure it out if it was like their inner thoughts or if it was them talking to each other, but I don't know why they wouldn't just let them talk.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. The voiceover kind of threw me. I'm a big fan of voiceovers in movies, which it's fine. It's just I don't know. It's just weird because they're looking at each other. Why don't they just say it to each other? Totally.
So that part was weird.
Yeah, like, I think it mainly comes down to the conflict. I think that's the main flaw of this movie. I thought the message was really good. Obviously, it's racially motivated. Obviously, very relevant to the times that we live in. I thought the writing was good. I thought the acting was really good.
I thought the writing was a little choppy. I thought there were certain parts where it was really good, and then there were certain parts where, like, it was a little cheesy.
I would agree with that. The very beginning, when they're in the diner, I was like, all right, this feels a little like forced. Yes, good word.
It felt it felt more like.
But there were other parts where they were really fucking deep. Where Daniel Kaluuya was in the car and he's talking about the babies, and like there's moments of greatness in this movie.
Yep. It felt like at some points you could tell they're reading script, whereas it didn't feel like it was a natural conversation.
Yeah.
And other times it did feel like it was a very heartfelt conversation.
Right.
So again, just a little bit choppy on some of that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, you're gonna see that every now and then, I
For
guess.
sure.
So.
For sure. Every movie can't be fucking the greatest movie ever made. So it is what it is. All right, should we get to rankings, or do you have anything else?
No, I just, this movie's, I don't know if enough people are going to see this movie for it to get huge social media buzz, but definitely going to divide some people, I think, just with the message that it does send. I think some people are going to try to misconstrue that message a little bit and say that it's glorifying cop killing and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I could see people taking it that route.
Sure. But like you said, I don't think it's a big enough movie where... Right.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. All right, let's rank it. So, I did enjoy the movie. I thought there were, like we said in our kind of in our takes, I thought there were parts that could have been improved, but I still enjoyed the movie, so it's going to reflect in kind of my ranking. I'm going to go a straight up 7.5. I think it was it was an above average movie, but it didn't like blow my socks off. I think the message is where it's the strongest. I like the acting, but like you said, I think the main flaw is the conflict. It kind of drug on a little bit, and I just felt at times I was like, okay, not that something had to happen, but like an obstacle has to get in their way. It just felt like it was too easy for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my main flaw. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5 straight up.
Yep, solid movie. Not great. 7.1 for me.
Okay.
It comes down to one of the things that kind of also bothered me with the two main characters is there wasn't like a heightened awareness, stressed out, they've seemed very cool, like calm and collected in dealing with this, and I feel like that's probably not what their natural reaction would have been.
Sure.
Which, I mean, some of it's probably shock and awe, but at some point you would think the adrenaline, the paranoia, all of that would have added up. We didn't really see that, and we had plenty of time, I thought, to get that point across.
Yeah.
Again, message outweighs the plot,
Right.
which is fine.
Right.
Needed a little more conflict. Writing's choppy at some parts, but overall, I would say the two actors, Queen and Slim, I thought they were phenomenal.
Right. And I don't know the actress's name, but I'm pretty sure because in the trailer it says introducing whatever her name is. I feel bad for saying whatever her name is, but I just don't know it. So I thought she did a really good job. I could see her kind of blowing up a little bit and being a star.
I would have liked to seen Lupita Nyong'o in that role.
Who?
Lupita
Oh,
Nyong'o.
okay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Killed that role.
For sure. Have you ever seen the movie Thelma and Louise?
I don't think I have.
Okay. It's a classic kind of movie and I got strong vibes. This felt like kind of a racially, politically motivated knockoff version of Thelma and Louise. So if you've seen that movie, let me know what you think of that comparison. I really get heavy vibes from that. Obviously, it's racially motivated and politically motivated, so Thelma Louise has none of that. But in terms of, there's two characters, they're kind of going on separate arcs, and it has similar endings. So, yeah, let me know what you think if you have seen Thelma and Louise. But that is Queen and Slim. We have 7.5, 7.1. Go check it out. Again, we are on a movie blitz. We got more movies coming up in a short amount of time before the year is up. We're excited. We got our podcast coming up, Decade, Best of the Decade, Best of 2019. So be on the lookout for those. And let's get this money. I'm Trey Alessio, the Dawn of Entertainment. Brandon Ogden, the consigliere. Queen and Slim, check it out. Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, retweet, follow us, tell your friends. Let's take over the world, and we'll be back for more.
Stay safe.
Peace.